Okay, why is it so?
Sir, because some questions, sir, the extra
Mm-hmm.
class that was scheduled for me, sir,
Mm-hmm.
there was a teacher, sir, a different teacher that taught me in that class. So it was more difficult to understand.
Okay, so for I one for 2 or 3 chapters you had extra class scheduled with some teacher, I think.
Yes, sir. And sir, only in two chapters, sir, which we had not done, sir, in only those two chapters, all of my marks are going to be cut off.
Okay, so that is the problem.
Basically, out of 60, I am getting around 48.
Around 48. Okay. Do tell me what about those chapters which you studied from me in the batch? You had doubt in that? You were
No,
able
sir,
to do that?
that went really good, sir.
That went good. Okay. All right. Anyways, let's continue. Yes, Razan. Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Guys, Alhamdulillah. I have been waiting for you guys for the last 10-12 minutes. Please try to join the class on given time. Okay, now? All right, let's start the class. Razan, your exam is going to be on 6th of October, right? So yeah, we have sufficient time, but you still haven't any update regarding your syllabus right now. There isn't any update on syllabus. No. Okay. Also, both of you turn your cameras on in the class.
1 minute, let me check.
Okay. Kindly check it. By the way, Aman, last time when you were present in that at that time, I think the chapter that was going on in the batch, if I can recall, it was acid, bases, and salts. I think.
Sir, acid business salts
Hmm.
was about how we finished after this.
Yeah, that was in fact completed. Okay, now. In fact, in the batch, nutrition in plant, nutrition in animals, then physical and chemical changes has been completed. Heat has been completed. Acid, bases, and salt. In fact, respiration was also completed, but for Razan, I was revising this chapter for her. Yes, Fatima, assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Alaikum salam, sir. I'm good.
Good. Okay. Where have you been, Fatima? Your exams are over?
No, sir.
Okay, it's going on.
No, it's going to be on the 26th.
26th of September, you'll be having your science paper, right?
Yes.
Okay. By the way, like you have joined class after a long time. Let me just quickly check your syllabus. Yeah, Razan, you were checking your syllabus.
Yeah,
Any up?
I didn't get.
Yeah.
I didn't get.
Okay, you haven't got it. Okay. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm checking syllabus of Fatima. You guys solve these questions. Okay, now plants prepare their food using a different mode of nutrition than us. What is it? What do we call that nutrition? What is the name of that nutrition? Yes.
Sir, can you repeat that again?
Read the first question, guys. It's over here. You guys can see the screen now. Yeah, just
Can we
read.
tell?
Yeah, you can tell in the class. No need to write in the chat box. But everyone has to tell.
Is it photosynthesis?
No. Mode of nutrition. It's not. It's calling us mode of nutrition. Mhm.
Sir,
Yeah.
mm,
Yes, Suleiman. Assalamu alaikum.
sir, welcome, sir. Sir,
Mhm.
will it be autotroph?
Yes, exactly. No, they are autotrophs. No, they are two
Yes, sir.
mode of nutrition. One is autotroph, another one is
Heterotroph?
heterotroph. Yeah. Okay, now the process is called as photosynthesis. The process that the plants use, that is called as photosynthesis. But
So
the
that
mode of
nutrition is called autotrophic, and the plants which perform these type of nutritions are called
hmm,
autotrophs.
hmm, mode of nutrition is autotrophic, and the organisms that will be doing this mode of that will be having this mode of nutrition are called as autotrophs. Right now, okay. Just right. I'm still checking your syllabus, Fatima. It should be over here. Okay. Anyways, I couldn't find it. All right. So Suleiman, Fatima, Razan, and Aman. All right, you guys are here,
Yes, sir.
and let us continue what we were going to do in the batch. Okay. Razan, your exam is on 6th of October. Suleiman, your exam is on 26th of September, right? And Fatima, your exam
Yes.
is also on 26th of September, right now? Okay. And Aman, your exam is over, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay, let me just, yes, Razan,
But the second one is
speak a little bit louder. Speak a little bit louder.
is it sunlight?
Is it sunlight? Okay, you are answering this question.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, yeah. Photosynthesis requires chlorophyll and a few other raw materials. Add the missing raw materials to the given list below. Water, minerals. Yes, sunlight is one of the material required. One of the thing required for
Sir,
photosynthesis.
carbon dioxide.
Exactly, carbon dioxide. Right now, so these are required. Okay, answer the last question also. Name a plant that has
Sir, can
both
I
auto.
answer?
Yeah, everyone can answer. Yes, you also.
Sir, sir, it's pitcher plant.
Hmm. Why is it pitcher plant considered both a autotrophic and a heterotrophic?
Sir, pitcher plant contains chlorophyll and can perform photosynthesis.
Hmm.
But sir, for the sir, just for the sir, like for it lacks of nitrogen. So sir, that's why it depends on other insects for the production of nitrogen, sir.
For obtaining nitrogen, not for production, right? So
Yes, sir.
basically, the reason why it depends on insect for nitrogen is that it grows on a soil that is marshy soil. The soil lacks nitrogen in it. Okay, and thereby it has to eat the. In fact, they eat rodents also. Small rats are also eaten by them. Okay, no?
Sir, we completed all our chapters.
Yeah, from the syllabus, oh, like some, I still haven't got syllabus of every student, but whoever have shared it with me, uh, by far it has been completed. Okay, no. So far it has been completed. Like Suleimani, his syllabus has been completed. Fatima, you shared the syllabus now?
So I think yes, sir.
Yeah. I still couldn't find it. Just give me a minute. Guys, give me a minute. Okay, now. Meanwhile, you guys do these questions as well. Do these questions. Let me just quickly check the syllabus of
Sir,
Fatima.
should we write this in the chat?
Yeah, no, just tell me in the class. Okay, no.
Okay. Not finished. Sir, for the first one, it's baking soda. It's vinegar. Vinegar, yeah, sorry.
Vinegar, no, yeah.
Yeah, vinegar.
And vinegar contains acetic acid in it.
Yeah.
Acetic acid is found in it. Okay, no.
It's true.
Okay, and next one, what you were saying?
Sir, true. The next one is true.
Bases turn that litmus paper blue. Yes, that is true. Good, and
That nature.
is it the nature of a substance, whether it is acidic, basic, or if it is neutral? Okay, answer the last question.
When you Sir, acidic level. Acidic level of a substance.
You're answering for the third question, Fatima.
Yes, I'm answering for the third one.
Okay. Yeah, the pH scale is used to measure the acidic property of a substance, or you can say basic property of a substance also. Or in simple term, we should say that in order to measure the nature of a substance, whether it is acidic, basic, or neutral. Okay, no? Getting it?
Suppose when you dip red litmus paper in water, it turns blue.
Water, you're saying water.
No.
No, not in water. Here the question is asking about the effect of acid and base on litmus paper. What effect will acid and base have on litmus paper? Yes, guys. Yes, we know that what effect will an acid have on a litmus paper? If you were to have a red litmus paper, or let's say you have a blue litmus paper, so acids will be turning the color of blue litmus paper to
Red litmus paper.
red color. Okay, no?
Yes.
Okay, so you have a blue litmus paper, so its color will be changed to red if you have an acid. Okay, what about base?
Sir, blue to red, right?
No, bases turn red to blue.
Blue.
Red to
Okay,
blue.
so bases turn red litmus paper into blue color. Okay, no? That is the thing. Okay. Okay, in the previous class, guys, there was this small topic in the batch that was going on. So let me just quickly complete that. It's from the chapter respiration in living organism, and then we are going to continue further. All right, no? Some of you would have already studied this in the previous classes. Okay, no? So in the chapter respiration in organisms, we had learned about respiration in the complex organisms. Right now, like we humans, most of the mammals, we have a complex respiratory system. Getting it now? We have a complex breathing mechanism. Okay, we have lungs, nostrils,
Can I get,
nasal. Yes.
can I give, sir, tell something?
Yeah, sure, sure. Go on.
Sir, sir, frogs also can breathe through screens, but sir, they also have sir lungs to breathe. So sir, they can do both type of breathings.
Exactly. Okay, now so under the water body, they will be breathing via the skin.
Skin, because sir, they can sir through that sir breathe the dissolved oxygen in water.
Exactly, oxygen is dissolved in the water, so thereby they can
And
take
sir,
in
on
those
land they
dissolved
will
oxygen.
use their lungs.
Exactly. Right now, so that is the case in the case of the
Sir, does fish
frogs.
also have another type of breathing method or only for gills underwater?
No, almost 99% of the fishes have gills. Okay, no. Majority of the fishes have gills. Okay, no. But you might have seen some fishes that will be living on the land. I mean to say, if you were to take it out of the land, like for example, mud skippers, also called as lungfish. Huh? So there are some kind of fishes that would be surviving in the mud also. Getting it now for few hours they can survive on the land. So there are some exceptions, but normally we say that all the fishes have legs.
And sir, he is written
Gills, I
that
mean to say. Mhm.
leeches also aspire like
One is 3
earthworms
hours
through its
43
skin.
minutes, one is
But
1 hour
sir,
4 minutes, one is 33 minutes.
Suleiman, turn your mic off. Yeah.
sir, it is written that leeches also respire like earthworms through its skin. But sir, when we sir like put salt on its skin, sir, why does it die?
Okay, let me explain that. Basically, what happens now? I will be coming to this question in a while. Okay, let me just give a recap of what are the things we have done in this batch while many of you were not there in the class. Okay, now. So revision was going on. So we were learning in the chapter respiration. We had learned about why do the organisms respire, because we know that our cells are made up of our human body, or in fact any living
Sir, I
organism
have
that
read
we
this
see around
chapter.
us. Is you have?
Sir, I have done this chapter, sir.
Yeah, some of you have done this chapter. Okay, now just give me 10 or 15 minutes, then we'll be beginning with a new topic today. Okay, now, or maybe we'll be revising whatever we have done. Okay. So we see that most of the living organisms, all the living organisms are made up of cells. Okay, now, and in order for living organisms to stay alive, we need energy. All the cells in our body have got different functions to perform, and in order to perform their respective functions, they require energy. Like cells of the heart, they need energy. Cells of the brain, they need energy to function. Getting it, everyone? So thereby energy is required. But how do we get energy? You guys have learned about nutrition in the chapter nutrition in plants and nutrition in animals. You have learned about what is nutrition, the process of obtaining nutrients and its utilization by the body is called as nutrition. Right now, so in nutrition you had learned about the breakdown of the food, I mean to say the digestion of the food. In the case of nutrition in animals, you have learned the food is broken down in the digestive system in the human body, or in the case of animals as well. But once the digested food has been absorbed by the villi present in the small intestine, then it finally goes to the cells now. Right now, the absorbed food goes to each and every cell in the body, and inside the cell, what happens? With the help of oxygen, in some of the organism, with the help of oxygen, it will be broken down to release energy. Along with the release of energy, carbon dioxide plus water is released. Okay, now. So respiration is basically the process that takes place inside the cells of living organisms, in which energy will be released by breaking down the food, and that energy will be utilized to carry out different functions. That is the case in respiration. Further, we learned that respiration will be of two types. One where the organism would be requiring oxygen, that is called as aerobic respiration. Another one where organism will be able to carry out respiration in absence of oxygen, that is called as anaerobic respiration. And we had the example of some of the bacteria, yeast, right? Now this yeast, as you can see here, so they will be carrying out respiration in absence of oxygen. That is something. We also had learned about the mechanism of the breathing, how we would be inhaling the air, how we would be exhaling the air. So as we were learning about this, we learned that when we would be inhaling the air, like when we take a deep breath, our diaphragm, it moves up and ribs also expands. So thereby when it expands, the pressure inside the chest cavity decreases and outside the body pressure is more. So due to the pressure difference, from the outside air will be moving inside the chest cavity. Because we know movement of something, for example, movement of air takes place from an area of high pressure to an area of low pressure. Getting it, guys? So that is how we inhale the air. Inhalation is also called as inspiration, by the way, inspiration. Then talking about exhalation or expiration. So when you would be exhaling the air, like you can observe this if you were to do this right now in the class, like just release some amount of air from the nose. So you will observe that the diaphragm will move down. The diaphragm will be moving down. I mean to say, it will be moving up. The diaphragm would be moving up, while rib cage would be moving in. So thereby the size of the chest cavity reduces. And due to the reduction in the size of the chest cavity, the pressure increases here. So there is high pressure here, while outside the body at that time pressure is low. So because of this pressure difference, air will be forced out from the body. So that is how breathing, and that is the mechanism of breathing. That is how we inhale and exhale the air. We learned the difference between the two, how they are different from each other. Like in the process of respiration, it's the process of breathing, I mean to say, it's a physical process, while respiration is a biochemical process, where the glucose present in the food that we're eating is broken down into carbon dioxide and water, and plus energy is released. Right? Breathing, like different organisms have different mechanism for breathing. Different organisms have different mechanism for breathing. For example, in the case of humans, it is very complex. Like we have different parts and organs like lungs, windpipe, that is trachea, nostrils, nasal passage. All of this forms part of the breathing. Okay, now while respiration, it occurs inside the cells in the aerobic organisms. Okay, now the organism that will be carrying out aerobic respiration, their respiration will happen in the mitochondria. And what is another name for mitochondria? Aman, Razan, Fatima, Suleiman. What do we call mitochondria as? We call this as powerhouse of the cell, isn't it? Okay, now mitochondria is called as powerhouse of the cell.
Yes, sir.
Furthermore, in breathing, no energy is produced here, while in the case of respiration, energy is released here. Okay. By the way, respiration, we know it is of two types now. One where oxygen is required. Okay, now where glucose will be broken down into carbon dioxide plus water, plus high amount of energy is released. Another one was the case of the anaerobic respiration, where glucose is converted into alcohol plus carbon dioxide plus low amount of energy is released. And you know, anaerobic respiration takes place in the cytoplasm of the cell. It does not take place in the mitochondria. Where does it take place? Takes place in the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is basically a jelly-like fluid that is present inside the cell. It's a jelly-like fluid that is present inside the cell. Okay. Then in the case of humans also, anaerobic respiration takes place when we will be doing some heavy workout, or we will be doing some intense workout. I mean to say heavy or intense, same thing. So there glucose is converted into lactic acid. There what happens? Glucose is converted into lactic acid. Getting it now? But in the case of the yeast, the glucose is converted into alcohol and carbon dioxide, and this has application like it is used in the preparation of alcohol. Okay, now so we'll be taking up the different fruits that have sugar or glucose in them, and we'll be adding yeast powder in them. And under suitable condition, it will be converted into alcohol plus carbon dioxide will be given off. This also has application in the baking industry, where you can see that the dough will be rising because of production of carbon dioxide gas in this. Okay, and this is also called as fermentation basically. Anaerobic respiration that will be done by yeast, it is simply called as fermentation. Got this, everyone? Many times in exam, this question might be asked that who discovered the fermentation for first time? Okay, now? So it was Louis Pasteur. Okay, now? Louis Pasteur is the person who is credited for the discovery of fermentation. Got this, everyone?
Okay.
Louis Pasteur was the person who has been widely credited for this method. Okay. So we were done with all these things. We learned about the differences between aerobic and anaerobic, and respiration in plants. There we had also learned about why the help of the
Our class won't end early, right?
No, your class. Why will it end early? It will end on time, on the given time only.
Because it's revision, that's why I thought.
Oh, okay. Yeah, talking about respiration in plants. So plants have got stomata with the help of which gaseous exchange will take place right now. And the oxygen that will be taking in via the stomata, that will be utilized for respiration. Okay, now?
Okay.
And oxygen can be taken by the both root and shoot system of the plant. Roots also take in oxygen. How do they take oxygen?
Why can't plants use oxygen for photosynthesis, and why carbon dioxide?
Okay, why can't they? Okay, basically, in order to produce glucose, glucose is the product of the photosynthesis, right?
Yes, sir.
Let me explain this. In the process of photosynthesis, your question is that why can't plants use oxygen to this? See, the end result of photosynthesis is glucose. Now, glucose has a chemical formula of C6H12O6. C here stands for carbon, okay? H here stands for hydrogen. Forget about the number 626. What is this? Forget about that. Just look at the C, H, and O. Okay, now O here is for oxygen. So this is the product of the photosynthesis plus oxygen is produced in this. Now, in order to produce glucose, I need carbon, I need hydrogen, and I need oxygen. All these three things. So plants take in carbon dioxide, which is CO2, and they take in water, that is H2O. But in place of carbon dioxide, if they were to take in oxygen, how will they get carbon then? To produce glucose, carbon is necessary now. Will they get carbon from oxygen? Oxygen doesn't have carbon in it. That's the reason plant takes in carbon dioxide.
Plants took in oxygen and gave out carbon dioxide?
It doesn't happen. That's not the way how it happens. In the process of respiration, carbon dioxide gas is given off. Okay, now? In the process of respiration, only plants will be taking in oxygen to break down the food, and as a result of respiration, carbon dioxide gas will be given off. Getting it now? For photosynthesis, they take in carbon dioxide only, and not oxygen. Okay. Then respiration, it's a 24-hour process, while photosynthesis occurs only during the day. Getting it now? So where in the case of respiration, glucose will be broken down with the help of oxygen to get water and carbon dioxide, plus energy will also be released. While in the process of photosynthesis, what we know that water plus carbon dioxide will be reacting with the help of sunlight's energy to give out oxygen plus glucose. Getting it, guys, everyone? And that same glucose that the plant produces now, like this glucose, it will be stored in the form of fruits, it will be stored in the seeds, it will be stored in the leaves. So some of the glucose is being stored now. Like we eat the fruits, we eat the leaves and stems of the parts because glucose and other glucose is stored in it. But plant also requires energy, so some of the glucose plants will be utilizing to obtain energy to carry out its different function. Got this, guys, everyone now? Then we did also learn about breathing in different animals, breathing in animals of lower orders particularly. Okay, like for example, this amoeba, it will be simply taking in oxygen from its surrounding. Usually this amoeba lives in water and water has oxygen dissolved in it. So via its body, via its cell membrane, okay, now which is the outermost layer of the body, it will be simply taking in oxygen, and via this same cell membrane, it will be releasing carbon dioxide. When we have the example of this another organism called a paramecium, this also does the same thing as the amoeba will be doing. Simply takes in oxygen from the water and releases carbon dioxide back into the water. Talking about earthworm, earthworms have a moist, thin, and slimy body, and via their body they will be taking in oxygen. So their body actually has a very good supply of the blood, and so that oxygen directly goes into the blood, and the blood will be transporting that oxygen to wherever it will be required in the body. Okay. Sometimes this question about setae is asked, like what is this setae? So setae or basically bristles. So they are located on each segment of the earthworm's body. They basically provide it, basically allow it to, they basically prevent them from sleeping, basically from sleeping backwards. That is the function of the setae. Okay, now. Apart from earthworm, leeches also will be doing the same kind of respiration. They will be also taking in oxygen via their skin and releasing the carbon dioxide gas via their skin. We had learned about moments ago about the frogs. Frogs are amphibians. They have lungs and they have a moist skin. When they will be on land, they will be taking in oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide via the lungs. But under the water, the gases exchange will take place via their moist and slimy skin. In the case of grasshoppers, what we have learned that on both the sides of their body, they have a small openings called as spiracles. And these spiracles further connect into a tube-like system in their body called as trachea. And their ear sacs present in their body, like they are bag-like structures in which air can be stored for some time. Same kind of respiratory system is in the case of cockroach also. They also have openings on both the sides of their body. They are called as spiracles, and they have a tube-like structure running inside the body called as trachea. Okay, now, and they too have air sacs in their body. Okay, now air sacs are present in their body also, where they can store air for some time. And why the same spiracle? They are taking in oxygen-rich air. And why the same spiracle? Spiracles are basically openings or holes in their body. So why the same spiracle? They will be releasing carbon dioxide, which is produced as a waste in the process of respiration. In the case of gills, gills are basically rich with blood capillaries. Okay, now they are rich with blood capillaries. In our body, we have three types of blood vessels. One is nerve, one is veins, one is artery, another one is blood capillaries. Veins carry the impure bloods. Veins, they carry the impure blood in the body. Arteries carry the pure blood. Okay, while the blood capillaries, they are site of exchange. Blood capillaries, they will be allowing the exchange of gases. Exchange of gases, meaning oxygen will be taken in, while carbon dioxide will be released. So what happens? This red structure, red tissue that you see on both the sides of the fish face now, basically this is red because of blood capillary in it. So from one side, from their mouth, water is entering, and this water will be having dissolved oxygen in it. So as this water will pass across the surface of the gills, so oxygen will be absorbed from it. And whatever carbon dioxide gas is produced in their body, so all that carbon dioxide gas will also come to this, and it will be released into the water from the same gills. So this is how respiration takes place in these organisms of lower order. Okay, Razan, it's clear to you and for others also? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, good. You guys can answer these questions in the class. Meanwhile, just let me make a quick call. I think the media file has been deleted from my device. I will have to look into the syllabus of your syllabus, Fatma. Okay, now you guys answer this question. Yeah.
Should we write up?
Okay. One by one, you speak then. Yeah, Razan, what were you saying? No, in the class, just tell me the answer.
Sir, is it tissues? Tissues?
Sir, for the first one, sir, it's most probably, sir, C, atom.
Atoms. It
Sir,
is
is it
cells.
tissues?
Cells now. We are
Cells.
talking.
Yeah, cells.
We are talking in context of organisms here. Okay, now in context of living creatures. Okay, so that is cells. Okay, but if we were to talk about the smallest microscopic unit of anything that we see, whether it be living or whether it be non-living, then that will be
Sir, for the second one, it will be A again.
Yeah, A.
exactly. Okay, now so a cell is the smallest structural and function unit of a organism. Okay, now very good. Yes, answer these questions also.
Is the first one all of the above?
Okay, what about others? Others also answer this.
Sir, excretion.
Look at the options carefully, Fatima. Aman, Razan, Suleiman.
All of them above.
Sir, all of
All of the above, no?
Yeah.
So
all
it's
of
a function that is this function will be all these functions will be performed by the cells now. Okay, no? Good. Next question: the process of breakdown of food in the cell with the release of energy. What do we call that?
Sir, B.
Sir, B. Cellular respiration.
That is cellular respiration. Very good. Okay, no? But had the question been like this, now if the question were like this, the process of breakdown of the food in the cell in presence of oxygen in cell with the release of energy, then the process of breakdown of food in the presence of oxygen in the cell with the release of energy is called
Aerobic respiration. Right?
what about others? Yes,
Aerobic respiration.
that is aerobic respiration. Okay, no, very good. Complete question number 6. Leave question number 5. Complete the 6th one. Glucose in absence of oxygen releases. What does it release? And also name the organism in which that type of respiration occurs. Yeah.
Sir, is it alcohol and energy?
Yes, energy.
What about others? Same answer.
Alcohol plus
Okay. Name the organism in which this will be happening. Give an example of an anaerobic organism in which the food is broken down into alcohol plus energy is given out. Yes. Guys, we learned about it. No? That's yeast now. Remember.
Yeast, yeah.
Rizan, do you not use some device like the one I'm using or earphone? Many times your voice doesn't come clearly.
No, sir, nothing, sir.
Okay, I think I would recommend to use at least a earphone that has a microphone in it. Okay, no? So many times your voice does not come clear. Okay, what about the muscle cells? In the muscle cells, when anaerobic respiration takes place, then the food will be converted into
Sir, water plus energy.
only water plus energy, you are saying.
No, water plus energy and carbon dioxide.
No, I'm saying that when anaerobic respiration takes place in the muscle cells, like if you were to run or you do some intense workout, so anaerobic respiration takes place in the muscles because of unavailability of because of not getting sufficient amount of oxygen, the cells will be doing anaerobic respiration. So there the food is converted into, not the option is not given here, by the way, let me tell you. That option is
None
not
of
there
the
in the
above.
question.
None of the above. Right?
No, and tell me just the actual answer. What would be the actual answer for this? No? Can you guys tell me?
Alcohol plus energy.
Repeat again.
Alcohol plus energy.
No. I have given the hint as well. Lactic acid plus energy. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Lactic acid plus energy, no? Remember, whenever anaerobic respiration takes place in the muscle cells, so thereby what happens due to insufficient supply of oxygen, the food is converted into lactic acid. Getting it now? The food is converted into
Yes.
lactic acid. So lactic acid is produced, and because of the production of the lactic acid, we feel intense pain, also called as muscular cramps. Okay, now then how do we get relief from the muscular cramps, guys? How to get relief from the muscular cramps?
So
Hmm.
massage on that area
Massage on that area, good. And
put a hot bag.
okay, massage and take, or just taking a hot shower,
Yeah.
right? No, good. Okay, let's do one thing. Fatima, just tell me the names of the chapters which you have. I couldn't find it. Maybe uh, that media file got deleted from my device.
Sir, I'll just recheck and tell you.
Yes.
Can I just go and recheck and tell it?
Okay, sure. Okay, meanwhile, you guys start answering these questions. Which of the following is the primary purpose of respiration in living organisms? We have questions from other chapters also. Okay, now there are a few questions from respiration, and we'll be taking up some questions from other chapters also. Okay, now also right now, see if there's any student whose syllabus is left, so we'll be taking up that chapter in the batch. Along with that, there will be practice questions in each class. Okay, now which we will be doing. Yes, you guys can answer in the class. Razan, what's the answer for first question? Aman, Suleiman. Yes, which of the following is the primary purpose of respiration in living organisms? Guys, am I not audible in the class?
Can I tell you the chapters?
Yeah, Fatima, just write down in the chat box. I will see it from there.
Okay.
Yes, that is to make food. No, that's not the purpose of respiration. It's not to make food. And in fact, most of the living organisms are heterotrophic. So how can they make food? Aman, what's the answer for question number 1?
Sir, just a minute, sir. Sir, the answer, sir, will probably be two, sir. B part.
To produce energy, no? Right?
Yes, sir.
So respiration, its primary aim is to produce energy by breaking that food. Okay, no? What is the main byproduct of aerobic
Sir,
respiration?
C.
Main byproduct. Byproduct is something that is produced out of the reaction
Oh, sorry, sir.
as the end product. It's the end product. Yes, Razan. Very good. The answer for the second one is correct, Razan. Others also answer this quickly.
Sir,
Okay.
carbon dioxide. A.
That is carbon dioxide. Okay, no, very good. Okay. Yes, Razan, for the third one, it is correct. Yeah, Fatima, I have seen. Yeah. Yes, Fatima, thank you for sharing this. Okay, so your syllabus also has been finished. Okay, now these chapters we have done. Do let me know if there was any chapter in which you were absent. I think were you present while physical and chemical changes was going on?
Sir, the recent chapter was Forest our Lifetime, right? Or physical or chemical changes? The recent one.
Yeah, the recent chapters that have been done was the chapter of physical and chemical changes. Acid, bases, and salt has been done. Forest, our lifetime done. These three were the recent chapters. Yeah.
The last class that we were teaching, it was physical and chemical changes, right?
Yeah, that was going on.
Sir, so I missed some of the classes.
Okay, you surely have missed some of the classes. You can either watch the lectures of the backup classes, watch the recording of the classes, or if there need be, I will be scheduling some classes for you. Okay. Okay. Meanwhile, answer these questions as well. Which part of the cell is primarily involved in cellular respiration? Is it nucleus, ribosome, mitochondria, lysosome? I can give you a hint. It is also called as powerhouse of the cell.
Sir, mitochondria.
Exactly. Okay, now why others are quiet? Aman and Suleiman. Okay, let's do these questions quickly. Then we'll be taking a question from other chapter, from physical and
Sir, the
chemical change.
first one is false.
First one is false. So respiration is a process by which living organisms take in oxygen and release carbon dioxide. How is it false?
Sir, so it's true.
It's true, no? In fact, that's what happens in aerobic respiration or any basically in respiration. Okay.
Second is
Sir,
true.
sir,
Yeah,
the second one is also true.
what about others? Razan, Aman, Suleiman, you guys also?
Is the second, third one also true? I think it's false because for the cell, right?
During respiration, glucose is broken down to release energy for the cell. Yes, the energy is released for the cell now.
Oh yeah, so it's like true cell, right?
Yeah, it is true. This is the nucleus. This is the mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. And here, basically, respiration takes place where the food is broken down with the help of oxygen to get energy, plus carbon dioxide and water is also released. Okay.
Is the seventh one cell?
Yeah, that is obviously cell. So it takes place in the cells now. Okay, but when we talk about the it basically takes place in the cells, and it takes place in the mitochondria in the case of aerobic respiration. In the aerobic respiration, it takes place in mitochondria, but in anaerobic respiration, what have I told you guys? In the anaerobic respiration, it takes place in the jelly-like fluid present inside the cell. That is called as cytoplasm, isn't it? Fatima, Razan, Suleiman, and Aman. So this cytoplasm is the site of anaerobic respiration in anaerobic organism. Got this now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, in humans, oxygen is transported to the cells by the yes. In humans, oxygen is transported to the cells by the which system? Think of this. We have the circulatory system in the body, isn't it?
So,
Where the circulatory system is made up of the heart and the blood vessels, different kind of blood cells. That makes up the circulatory system. And the circulatory system, its role is to transport blood in the body. And what does the blood carry? Blood carries oxygen also, isn't it?
yes.
So the system is circulatory system. Okay, during anaerobic respiration in muscles, which is produced as a byproduct. This question we have done few minutes ago.
Um,
Yeah, that is
lactic acid.
exactly. And the same acid that is found in the curd as well. Okay, now? Okay, now we have some mixed questions from previous chapters. Okay, now? So which of the following is not a source of food? Sunlight, animals, plant, water.
I mean, sunlight.
Not a
Sunlight.
Of course, that is sunlight. Next question. The main function of carbohydrate. What is its main function?
So, store vitamins.
No.
Sorry, build muscles.
Build
Provide-
muscles. Protein
provide-
helps. Mhm.
Provide energy.
Exactly. Others also getting this now. So carbohydrate provides energy plus fat also
Sir, I
provides
didn't
energy.
see the option over here, so I was like, "Where's provide energy?"
Oh, okay. Like the format of the question is kind of improper here. Okay. Now. Question number 3. Which of the following material is a good conductor of heat?
Iron.
Sir, rubber.
Good insulator. It's actually no.
Rubber.
You're saying rubber. What about others? That is.
Because it's not conductor, right? It's insulator.
So they were rubber. It's a bad conductor of heat. Okay, no. What do we call a solution with a pH less than 7? Option starts from here.
Sir,
Is it
neutral. Neutral.
less than 7? If it is having a pH of
Ba-
7, then it is called as neutral.
Sir, it's basic. Basic.
Less than 7 means 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 till 0. More than 7 will be 8, 9, 10, 11,
Yeah,
12,
sir, it's
13.
basic, right?
No.
Alkaline.
Alkaline and basic are basically the same thing. The bases that are soluble in water are called as alkaline. When you
Sir,
move
it's
to the
acidic.
when you move to the right direction now, then it is basic. So a substance having a pH value of 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, they are basic in nature. And a substance having a pH value less than 7, they are acidic in nature. So thereby the right answer to this will be
Acidic.
acidic. Okay, no? Okay, answer these questions also. The melting of ice, is it a chemical change or a physical change?
Physical change.
Justify the statement, is justify your answer.
Sure, because like if you keep an ice, it just melts. There's nothing like chemical in it.
Be specific in the answer. Yes, Rizan, I'm listening.
The fifth one is physical.
Repeat again.
The fifth one is physical.
Yeah, the first one is physical. What is the reason for this? Why is it physical and not chemical? Because in a physical change, we know that, yeah.
Because when after an ice melts, if we put that liquid, the ice into the freezer, it turns back into ice.
So basically the thing is that in the physical change, we know that only the state of the substance changes, converts from solid to liquid, from liquid to gas, or from gas to solid, gas to liquid, or from liquid to solid. Getting it, Suleiman, Fatima, and you, Rizan. So since only the state is changing, that is the first reason for it. Furthermore, the chemical composition is same. It is still water. It is still water, whether it be in the solid state or liquid state. So it is still water. So basically the chemical composition hasn't changed. Getting it now? So whether it be solid or whether it be liquid, it's same thing. But if you were to have a piece of paper and if you were to burn it, after burning, it turns into ash. And this is considered as a
Chemical change.
the reason here is that it has a new composition, which is different from the paper. Paper had a different composition, ash has a different composition. That is the reason. Okay, now. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. We'll be continuing from the next class. Okay, and the next class will be basically revising the different things. Okay.
Office.
Yes, love is.